Ooh, it's me.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most needless movie scenes that were wisely deleted, as leaving them in would have disrupted the entire plot.
Stay there. Stay right there. Don't move.
Okay. But I'd like to tell you a few things, if that's all right.
Number 10. Dottie and Jimmy kiss, A League of Their Own. In this 1992 sports comedy, Tom Hanks plays Jimmy Dugan, a cynical and sexist former baseball player who agrees to manage a team in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League.
Because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
One of the players is star catcher Dottie Hinson, played by Gina Davis, who forms a close but strictly platonic bond with Jimmy. However, in this deleted scene, things cross into romantic territory when a late-night conversation ends with an unexpected kiss.
I'm sorry, my knee, I tripped.
This moment would have completely clashed with Dottie's character, as she had already been established as devoted to her husband Bob, who was away at war. Plus, it would have introduced an unnecessary love triangle that would have distracted from the film's core message, and probably gotten messy when Bob returned home.
I miss you so much.
I've been discharged.
I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
It's all over. I'm here, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 9. The Pighead Sequence, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The 1988 film Who Framed Roger Rabbit contains several nightmarish scenes, but one of the most disturbing was cut from the final version. It shows Eddie Valiant being kidnapped by Judge Doom's weasels and taken to Toontown, where a cartoon pig's head is magically attached to his own.
Oh, God. Oh! No! Up in Tuna Road!
He then races home and manages to scrub it off with some turpentine. Not only was the sight of the pig head in the shower pretty grotesque, the scene would also have disrupted the film's pacing. It made little sense for Eddie and Jessica's heated argument here to be followed by their much calmer interaction in the next scene.
You don't know how hard it is being a man, looking at a woman looking the way you do.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Moreover, this moment would have revealed Judge Doom as the villain too early and weakened the impact of his ultimate reveal.
Remember me, Eddie?
When I killed your brother, I talked. Just wait.
Number 8. Sam backflips through the airport. Love Actually. Any huge fan of Love Actually remembers the iconic scene where Sam dashes through the airport to declare his love for Joanna before she returns to America.
Joanna. Sam? I thought you didn't know my name. Of course I do.
However, the moment was meant to look very different. Apparently, Sam was intended to be a talented gymnast, so in this deleted scene, he is shown backflipping his way through the airport. Without a doubt, the sequence is laughably bad. But considering Sam's gymnastics story was cut out, it also would have made absolutely no sense to see him nailing perfect backflips all of a sudden. Even more, the sudden burst of acrobatics didn't fit with the movie's tone, and would have appeared just as out of place as an actual kid randomly cartwheeling through an airport.
Hi. Hello?
Oh, you should have kissed her.
No, that's cool.
Number 7. Bruce finds Bigfoot, Bruce Almighty. TV reporter Bruce Nolan has his world flipped upside down when he's suddenly granted God's powers for 1 week.
When you leave this building, you will be endowed with all my powers.
Whatever you say, Bill.
In this deleted scene, which presumably would have come before he got those divine abilities, Bruce reports the news while skydiving, only to have his parachute fail. But he miraculously survives, as his fall is broken by none other than Bigfoot.
Not only have I survived an unsurvivable fall, but I've proven once and for all the existence of Bigfoot, this unwitting Sasquatch.
As funny as this gag is, it would have thrown the whole story off balance. After all, being the guy who found Bigfoot would have made Bruce internationally famous and certainly landed him the news anchor job he so badly wanted. As a result, he wouldn't have complained to God, wouldn't have received the powers, and the movie's entire premise would collapse.
Come on, let me see a little rat.
Smite me! Oh, mighty smiter! You're the one who should be fired!
Number 6. Alternate ending in the hospital. The Shining.
Mr. Ullman?
Yes?
I'm Jack Torrance.
Oh, well, come on in, Jack. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Ullman.
Stanley Kubrick's The Shining has one of the most haunting endings in horror cinema. Jack freezes to death, and his image mysteriously appears in a decades-old picture. But if Kubrick had gone with his original plan, the film would have instead ended in a hospital where Wendy and Danny recuperate after their escape. There, hotel manager Stuart Ullman visits them and oddly hands Danny a yellow tennis ball, the same type that had lured him towards room 237. The implication is chilling, but it raises many questions.
Danny, what happened to your neck? Danny, what happened to your neck? Huh?
Was Ullman connected to the hotel's sinister forces? If so, why hadn't he played a more prominent role earlier? Had this scene been kept, it would have diluted the unsettling ambiguity of the ending that still fuels debates to this day.
For some people, solitude and isolation can, of itself, become a problem.
Not for me.
Number 5. Young Harry kills a cop in Bruges. In this 2008 crime thriller, Ralph Fiennes plays a hot-headed, foul-mouthed gangster named Harry with a surprisingly comedic side.
Well, what are we going to do? We can't stand here all night.
Why don't you both put your guns down? Go home.
Don't be stupid. This is the shootout.
Fiennes' performance perfectly captured Harry's unhinged nature, but apparently the filmmakers wanted to emphasize it even more in a flashback scene that was ultimately cut. In it, a younger Harry, played by Matt Smith, learns that the wife of one of his hitmen was murdered because of a police officer's actions. Naturally, he marches straight to the station with a sword in hand and exacts his revenge on the cop.
Now don't get mad, but I think I just beheaded your detective.
So they wanted us to believe that a man casually walks into a police station, kills a cop, and just strolls away? No arrest, no lengthy prison sentence. Yeah, right, like that would ever happen.
I thought you wanted the guy dead.
I do want the guy dead. I want him crucified.
Number 4. Luke witnesses the opening battle. Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. The first Star Wars film kicked off the iconic franchise with a bang, literally, as the Imperial forces storm Princess Leia's ship. In the final cut, Luke Skywalker doesn't find out about any of this until he stumbles upon Leia's message hidden in R2-D2.
Got something jammed in here real good. Were you on a Star Cruiser?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
What's this?
But that wasn't always the plan. In this deleted scene, which would have been our introduction to Luke, he observes the space battle above Tatooine through his binoculars and excitedly points it out to his friends.
There they are. Let me see.
That's no battle, hotshot. They're just sitting there.
While this moment gives him a bit of personality, it slows down the film's fast-paced opening and undermines Luke's eventual portrayal. Transitioning from this scene to the naive, sheltered farm boy we later meet would have felt inconsistent.
He says he belongs to someone called Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought he might have meant Old Ben. Do you know what he's talking about?
Number 3. The origin of the T-800. Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. The first 2 Terminator films managed just fine without an origin story for Arnold Schwarzenegger's T-800, but Terminator 3 briefly considered adding one. A deleted scene shows a military presentation unveiling the T-800, modeled after a soldier named William Candy, who speaks with a ridiculous Southern accent.
I'm Chief Master Sergeant William Candy. I was honored to be selected by CRS.
When his superior questions the voice, a scientist with an Austrian accent assures him it will be fixed, implying that his voice was swapped for Candy's.
I don't know about that accent.
We can fix it.
The scene was intended to be comedic, but it was cut for going too far. But even if you forgive the silliness, it opens a can of plot holes. If Skynet built the Terminators to infiltrate humans after defeating them, why would humans be involved in their design at all, let alone influence their appearance or voice?
Skynet has become self-aware. In 1 hour, it will initiate a massive nuclear attack on its enemy.
What enemy?
Us! Humans!
Number 2. Richard Parker is alive. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Early in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, we see Peter Parker's parents, Richard and Mary, die in a fiery plane crash after an assassin hijacks their flight.
They say you're a genius.
Richard!
And that
if you thought you could escape.
The wreck is horrific, so it's hard to believe anyone could have survived. In the final version, they don't. However, this deleted scene would have stated otherwise. It shows Peter visiting Gwen's grave, only for his father to show up, very much alive. Richard explains that he faked his death to protect Peter, as his research put them all in danger.
My father is dead.
Peter, listen to me.
He's dead! Who are you?
I had to disappear, and I'm sorry. Understand that. I had to disappear to keep you safe.
Okay, but how did he survive that devastating crash? And what happened to Mary? Did he just leave her to die? This definitely would have been a hard sell, and honestly, we're relieved the filmmaker scrapped it.
If you lose hope, then the Osborns of the world really have won. Your mother died for nothing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Alternate happy ending. Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
August 29th, 1997 came and went. Nothing much happened. Michael Jackson turned 40. There was no Judgment Day.
Terminator 2 ends with a shot of the highway, as Sarah Connor ponders an uncertain future. However, this was not James Cameron's original plan. His first idea was to wrap things up in the year 2029, with an elderly Sarah sitting in a park and narrating how everything turned out well. Judgment Day was averted, and her son John is now a senator playing happily with his daughter.
John fights the war differently than it was foretold. Here, on the battlefield of the Senate, his weapons are common sense and hope.
That may sound all rosy and nice, but if the future is that peaceful, how does John exist at all? He was only born because Kyle Reese traveled back in time from a war-torn 2029.
Then you're from the future too, is that right?
Right.
Right.
Without that apocalyptic future, Kyle would have no reason to time travel, making John's existence, and that of his adorable daughter, logically impossible. Do you think any of these deleted scenes still deserved a spot in the final cut? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
I'm Bruce Nolan, and that's the way the cookie crumbles.